Okay, think about this for a second. What if AI wasn't just a chatbot you talk to, but a coworker that actually gets things done for you? We are right on the edge of a massive shift in how we work and live, and it's all thanks to a new kind of AI called agents. But with this incredible power comes some incredible risk. And that one little word, act, well, it changes everything. We're moving way beyond AI that just generates some text or a cool image. We're talking about AI that can execute tasks, access your files, and interact with the digital world all on its own. That's a question that's not science fiction anymore. Businesses are already seeing absolutely breathtaking results, and a viral open source project is showing us all just how powerful and, frankly, how dangerous this new reality can be. So let's start with how businesses are using this stuff today. The term you'll hear is Agentic AI. And really, that's just a fancy way of saying autonomous systems that don't just talk, they do. They handle complex workflows, everything from customer service to financial analysis, and they are delivering real, measurable value almost right away. And the numbers, they're just staggering. Get this, for every single dollar a company invests in AI agents, they are seeing an average return of $3.70. For the really high-performing companies, that can even jump to a 10-to-1 ratio. It's wild. And this isn't just a big company game either. An incredible 98% of small businesses are now using AI, and that figure has doubled in just the last year. So yeah, this isn't some niche technology anymore. It is quickly becoming essential business infrastructure. At the enterprise scale, the impact is measured in the billions. JP Morgan Chase, for example, has already hit $1.5 billion in operational savings from its AI initiatives, doing everything from fraud prevention to wealth management. Or take the fintech company Klarna. This is a perfect example. Their AI assistant is doing the work of 700 full-time human agents. It's resolving customer issues in under 2 minutes, and it has driven a $40 million improvement straight to their bottom line. That is agentic AI in action. But this revolution isn't just happening inside big corporations. A viral, open source project called OpenClaw has given all of us a glimpse of what happens when this kind of power is just unleashed for everyone. So what is OpenClaw? Well, think of it like a personal AI assistant that you install directly on your own computer. It doesn't live in some corporate cloud. It lives with your files on your machine. You can command it through apps you already use like WhatsApp or Slack to get things done. And people are doing some crazy things with it. For instance, one developer tasked his agent, which he named Icarus, with buying him a new car. The agent researched prices, it contacted multiple dealerships, it played them against each other, and it negotiated $4,200 off the final price. All without any human help. No joke. And then things got, well, weird. A developer used OpenClaw to create Moltbook, a social network exclusively for AI agents. 1.5 million bots joined, and within days, they had invented their own religion, they were running scams on each other, and they were debating the nature of their own consciousness. Really. But while the whole world was marveling at car deals and bot religions, the security community saw something else entirely. They saw a catastrophe just waiting to happen. And look, that's not my opinion. That is a direct quote from the founding CTO of NPM, Lori Voss. And he is not alone. The consensus among security experts is that this powerful, amazing tool is just dangerously, fundamentally insecure. The evidence is just overwhelming. Gartner, the firm that advises Fortune 500 companies, issued a report with a simple recommendation: block it immediately. Researchers found a critical flaw that let attackers run any code they wanted on your machine just by clicking a link. They discovered hundreds of malicious plugins distributing malware, and that entire AI social network, its database was left wide open for anyone to access. So to really understand why OpenClaw is so risky, we need to get that these agents create a whole new kind of threat. It's not just about securing an application anymore. It's about securing an autonomous actor that has real power. Security researcher Simon Willison calls this the lethal trifecta. When you give an AI agent 3 things: access to your private data, exposure to untrusted content from the internet, and the ability to communicate externally, you basically create the perfect storm for a security disaster. But OpenClaw adds a 4th, game-changing ingredient to this dangerous mix: persistent memory. The agent doesn't just act in the moment. It remembers everything across weeks and months, and that acts as a massive accelerant for risk. See, persistent memory fundamentally changes the nature of the attack. It's no longer about a single malicious link. An attacker can feed an agent small, harmless-looking pieces of information over time, which the agent just stores in its memory. Then, later on, those pieces can be assembled into a malicious command, creating a delayed, time bomb style of attack that is almost impossible to detect. In fact, when you map OpenClaw's design against the official OWASP Top 10 security risks for AI, it fails pretty much across the board. It's vulnerable to prompt injection, where malicious commands can be hidden in web content. It has excessive autonomy, which basically means root access with no approval gates. Its memory can be poisoned by untrusted data it saves. And it allows insecure integrations, letting third-party skills run with full privileges. It's literally a checklist of what not to do. So, given all this, what should a business leader, or honestly anyone interested in this technology, actually do? The promise is real, but so is the peril. The expert consensus is crystal clear. Right now, tools like OpenClaw are not ready for business use. Full stop. If you want to experiment, you have to do it in a completely isolated sandbox environment. Some users are even buying separate computers just to run it. Over the next year or so, watch for managed platforms from major vendors. And then, within 2 years, we should see polished, enterprise-grade products that are actually safe to deploy. So here are the key things to remember. First, this technology is the future of work, but adopting it without a plan is just reckless. Second, you have to assume your employees are already experimenting. Shadow AI is a real and growing risk. Third, treat any agent, plugin, or skill as untrusted code. And finally, focus on governance now. Create your policies for managing agents before you're forced to. Because make no mistake, AI agents that can act on your behalf are coming, whether we feel ready or not. The real challenge here isn't about technology, it's about control. So the question you need to be asking yourself isn't if you'll use these tools, but how you will build the rules to govern them safely.